him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Smack-a-ma-gob, it's time for the only news that matters. And I talked about this briefly yesterday on one of my track by tracks, how Roger Waters, 6 weeks after Ozzy Osbourne's death, has criticized Ozzy for bringing hundreds of years of idiocy and nonsense into the culture, prompting an angry reply from Osbourne's son Jack. While speaking to the Independent Link podcast in a video, the Pink Floyd legend spoke about pop culture's figures can distract people from important political issues. Oh boy. While role-playing as an unspecific person of power, he imagined how the process might work. He said, "How can we push this one side? I know how to do it. We'll do it with Taylor Swift or Bubblegum or Kim Kardashian's bum." After switching out of character, Waters then brought Osbourne into the conversation. He says, "Or Ozzy Osbourne, who died, bless him." Right there is where you should have stopped. You see, I gotta say this, man. If he doesn't like Black Sabbath or Ozzy Osbourne music, that's his right. I know a lot of you will get mad at that, and you let, people's opinion affect you. I don't give a rat's ass if he likes Black Sabbath or not. And that's how he should have ended it. Like that. But no. After he says bless him, he says, in whatever state that he was in his whole life. We'll never know. Although he was all over the TV for hundreds of years with his idiocy and nonsense. He didn't stop there, moving on to attack Osbourne's music. See, if he would have left the middle part out and just said this, the music, I have no idea. I could not give a fuck. I don't care about Black Sabbath. I never did. I have no interest in, and biting the heads off chickens or whatever they do. I couldn't care less. And there you go. That's the difference between Roger Waters and me. Number one, I love the music, and I love the fact that he never bit the head off a chicken that I know of, but that would have been funny too. But hey, we disagree. Whatever. And then he says, when informed that Ozzy Osbourne accidentally bit the head off a bat, not a chicken, the Pink Floyd legend was even more revolted. He said, "Oh my God, that's even worse, isn't it? I don't know. It is worse to bite a head off a bat or a chicken." All right. Then Ozzy's son Jack was displeased with Walter's comments and hit back with the Instagram stories message. Here, he says, "Hey, Roger Waters, F you. How pathetic and out of touch you become. The only way you seem to get attention these days is by vomiting out bullshit in the press. My father always thought you were a cunt. Thanks for proving him right." It's the second time in a week that the Osbourne children have come to defense. Last week, WWE's Raw television show for professional wrestler Becky Lynch attacked Ozzy's hometown, not Ozzy, of Birmingham, prompting his daughter Kelly to call her a disrespectful dirtbag. All right, I'll touch upon this again. I know people out there have different opinions than me, and that's fine. I don't like Roger Waters. I don't care. It doesn't affect me whatsoever, other people's opinions. And everybody out there, it doesn't affect you either. I don't know why you get mad. Seriously. But whatever. This whole thing, I saw the Becky Lynch from WWE, her little thing on stage, and she didn't disrespect Ozzy. Matter of fact, she praised him. She said something to the effect of, because she's in Birmingham, England. She's a heel, So she's supposed to piss off people in Birmingham. So she did it by saying the only thing to come out good out of Birmingham was Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know about you, but that sounds like, praises from me, But then she ended up saying, and he was smart to move in Los Angeles. If I lived in Birmingham, I would die too. Oh, how's that an insult to Ozzy? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know nothing about Becky Lynch. I stopped following wrestling years ago. But that's what heels do. They're supposed to go somewhere, and wherever the hell they are, they're supposed to call everybody in that audience idiots and their hometown sucks. That's their gig. That's what they do. But Roger Waters is a different case. Roger Waters didn't have to go into that whole, idiot and lunacy and all that crap. He's being a dick. Right after, Ozzy is not even, cold yet. Hasn't been that long, and you're going to disrespect Ozzy Osbourne? Yes, you can say he doesn't like the music and this and that. That's one thing. But then attacking him and biting the heads off chickens, shut up. Just shut up, you idiot. And I love a lot of his work. I've said it a million times, man. My favorite album of all time is The Wall from Pink Floyd. It's my favorite album of all time. I love Black Sabbath way more. And I would even say Pink Floyd, I don't think even makes my top 20 favorite bands, which is weird since my favorite album of all time is by them. And I do love a lot of their albums. And I'm not going to like it any less because Roger Waters said this about Ozzy. But he is a scumbag, Come on. To say something like that, you're a douche. But, then again, if I only owned albums that have douches, my whole record collection is full of douches. And my collection would be empty if I only owned a band that had no douches. I'd only have Rush albums, really. That's all I'd have. Because every band has their douchebags. So, man, everybody's a douche in every damn band there is, A lot of douchiness going on, and I'll be reporting it here on the only news that matters. But it's just so wrong, why would you do that to a man that's been around almost as long as you have in the music business, which is not an easy thing to do, Ozzy's been around for over 50 years, man, making records and stuff, And this guy, he's got a bad reputation. Like, all right, I read this. I don't know how true it is, but I read it. That he fired Richard Wright when they did The Wall. But he rehired Richard Wright to play The Wall tour, which was, just a few shows. But he didn't add him as an official member. He added him as like, a guest musician or, a hired gun. That's how, and they lost a lot of money on the tour except for the hired guns. I read that. I think that's pretty damn cool. You treated Richard Wright like crap and he made more money than you on the Wall tour. Yeah, that's some justice for you. And Richard Wright rules, man. Why would he fire that guy? It makes no sense to me. Roger Waters is insane, ended up making my favorite album of all time, but I don't know how Richard Wright, wouldn't add to it, but he wouldn't let him, man. It was the Roger Waters show. And whatever, it came out perfect in my ears. But, yeah, this, in the end, though, Roger Waters versus Ozzy Osbourne. Now, I'm going to have to say my own personal opinion. This is my own personal opinion. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne, most of his solo career, buries Pink Floyd, buries anything Roger Waters did. But that's my opinion, right? And if Roger Waters was to die tomorrow, I wouldn't do what he just did. I'd say, hey, man, he had his thing. Some things he said I didn't agree with, but whatever, rest in peace. You miserable prick. Yeah, I guess I'll have to throw that in. But anyway, I think it's wrong. What do you all think? Leave it in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching The Only News That Matters. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And ring that little notification bell. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne. All hail Ozzy. F you, Roger Waters. And smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so nevermore shall we see you again.